Alright everybody, welcome back on into another 8 versus 8 here in Beyond All Reason. Today we're going to be playing on a map called Hera Planum. This is east versus west map, symmetrical east and west wise, but north and south it is not, so you do see that your starting positions are flipped. So you do have differences in the way that your front lines can actually go across. Let's take a look at our teams here. For the red team, the leader is Stardom, who is coming in at 45 skill. I have played against him and I lost horribly. He is very good. Cortex going bots on the front lines. He's going up against the blue team, who is led by the pink general, who's blue, and he's playing Armada, going vehicles from the front line. This map has a good amount of geothermals, so I expect to see those taken. They're also a great target for other players, as everything around them goes up in smoke when the geothermal goes up. So there should be good points of contention all through the center of the map here with these 6 geothermals that exist. Yeah, we do got some ticks coming out here for scouting and potential harassment from Joe 40428. I don't know if that's a zip code. I don't know. And also have a rover out from the blue player. Looks like he's sending out more of them. Rascals coming out from the fuchsia player. And we do have a proper scout coming out from the air player here, Yipsum. Gonna get some information on who spawned where. Looks like Blue's rover is gonna come in and get some economic damage done with their harassment. These pawns are reacting, but still gonna lose a mechs. And the rovers here for the blue player are just going to be so frustrating to deal with already being in the black line. This one gets cleaned up by Wiki's commander. Rascals team up to get that one. Looks like this one is going to run into a mace, but Mace gets it. Going to lose another mechs here for the red team. Looks like we do got some Rascals made it through here for the fuchsia player. Going to get some economic damage done against Joe. Almost gets 2 mexes. So close, but not quite. Some good early harass going on. And at the very least, even if you lose your units, it keeps the other person busy and can really knock them off of their early game plans if they don't react well to having to deal with it. We have some resbots going out, eating the metal that's on the map. First Geo here for the blue team getting put up. Early bombing run. Gets some wind turbines. Almost gets a mechs. Looks like it's queued up here to just continue running through. Gets the mechs here. Looks like he's retargeting. I don't know where he's going. LLT gonna put some chip damage in. Fighter now coming to deal damage. It's going to go for these wind turbines here. Does get them before taken out. All told, gets about 7 wind turbines and 1 mechs for the cost of a bomber. Depending, I mean, this mech still hasn't been rebuilt, so that economic damage piles up if you don't rebuild afterwards. D-gun for an incisor here on the front lines. Joe's getting up here, but he's getting met by Babad and Masturbator 69. Nice. Fuchsia's also coming up to the front line, and it's just Joe and Persis here has no units. He's got his comm up here, but he's all alone. Lost his mechs he just had built. The front lines on the south for the blue team are going to have a rough time. Likewise, I mean, it should go the same way in the opposite direction here for the north, but Shart in the Wind hasn't gotten up to the front yet. Because at that point, the Bambi Commander and Zekho will be dealing with a 2-on-3. And that's what happens when you have these east versus west maps, that the north versus south aspect is not symmetrical. And then it turns into which side can push their advantage faster than the other and get back and deal economic damage and utilize that to swing a win. This is some good micro here from Joe. Using the constructor to body block for where this incisor's trying to shoot. Able to get the constructor kill. Looks like Ivan Wadsworth, the fuchsia player, is going to go for Lasher spam. Which, when you're already 3 versus 2, is going to be so difficult for Persis and Joe to deal with. Looks like Stardom and Pink General are going to duke it out here in the middle of the map. Interested to see how Stardom transitions through. He's got thugs right now with some grunts for backup and resbots coming up. And I'm just wondering when he's going to transition to, if he does a T1 vehicle transition or go straight into T2. Looks like Zacho up here is just building the Great Wall. Only 2 LLTs to back it up, but boy, it's going to be hard to walk through. Beamer turrets up for Pink General, but not the best option against thugs. They're decent, but thugs do have a lot of health. Still holding. He's got some Janus and Stouts up here to help strengthen the line. Looks like we got Rocketeers trying to take out the LLTs for Shart in the Wind, who's massing incisors and sending them into Dragon's Claw and LLTs. Not the best idea. Incisors would trade just fine against the rocket bots. The problem is these Dragon's Claw are very dangerous to T1 units. We got an agitator set up here. Gonna slowly start whittling away at Joe's LLT forest. Shooting at the commander itself right now. It's not gonna go good here. Calling for air. Don't know why. Stardom is starting to get a very large amount of thugs up here at the front, with not too many resbots behind at the moment. Well, that doesn't help when you send them into their death. Pink General gets the heavy laser tower before it can get up, which definitely is a good thing. You don't want to be losing your static defenses to just the slightly more range of the enemy static defense. Speaking of heavy laser towers, Persis down here gets a heavy laser tower up. Gonna try and fortify his position, but Lashers have 600 range and the heavy laser tower has 620, so they're going to effectively be able to shoot. Need to be able to see though, which is going to be the issue. I think if Persis just pushed right now, he would be able to definitely get through here. He's got more than enough. There we go, yeah. There's just there's some pounders back here, so he's got to be careful of that. The Lashers aren't good, but the pounders will decimate pawns. He does clean up all the lashers, gets one of the Wolverines. Oh, so close to getting the last Wolverine and the jammer, but no such luck. Looks like Blue and the Lime Green Commander, who's up to tier 2 now, pushing through here in the middle. Hounds with some pawns going up against thugs. I don't know if anybody else has gone for a tier 2 transition here. We got T2 bots for Trek, who's just happy to defend. Ooh, commander goes down, and that was Stardom's commander. He's got a lot of grunts and thugs coming through. Looks like the hounds have been taken care of, probably by the commander. He's got a lot of grave robbers coming in. He's going straight for his commander. He's going to reclaim and then start rezzing all the other stuff. Pink General comes in and calm bombs. Takes out a good amount of the units here. And Trek moving his units forward. A lot of action here in the middle of the field. Red is going up to T2, probably using the metal from that, soaking up his commander there. The light pink Bambi is also going up to T2. The North has been pretty lackluster on the action. It's just a stalemate. They don't want to actually fight into each other. The center has been just crazy with fighting back and forth. And the South has quieted off quite a bit. There's nothing here. Like, if Green had units, they could just push through, but he does not. Looks like Pink General, the blue player's trying to circumnavigate the forces with his tanks and get a run-by going. Gonna get a little bit of economic damage here. Takes out the mechs in building. If he sticks around, he'll get this comm. Gets the comm. Uh-oh, shurikens are coming up, and that's gonna put a stop to this. Self-destructing the tanks before the shurikens. Oh no. I didn't know that. If you're stunned, your self-destruct timer stops. Huh. Go figure. I didn't know that. Alright, it looks like J-Dog has rebuilt some hounds and is bringing them back up to the front lines. Continue pushing forward. Bringing forward some fighters here from the blue side to try and take out these shurikens, but there is a fighter wall here. Hounds are just picking away at all this tier 1 that's out on the field, but their days might be numbered with the Sheldon ball that is starting to amass from Stardom. Looks like Fuchsia decided not to deal with the dark green commander and is instead focusing on Joe up here. He's got a bunch of pounders coming through. See if Joe can get some D-guns in. There we go, there goes 3. It's a nice D-gun. Oh my, no, Joe! Ah! Oh. Oh. Joe. He just took out 1 pounder and about 7 of his Rocketeers with a D-gun. It's very painful. This gauntlet here is getting focused down. It is going to go down as the Tan Commander Babad also is coming in here to attack Joe. South is definitely having a hard time holding. And now from the high ground, they are assaulting all of Perseus's static defense. We've got Wolverines and Sheldons. Meanwhile, Red has got his Sheldon going and is trying to push back to the center. We got rattlesnakes coming up here, and that will help to solidify, though. As long as you can have a jammer and radar up as well. Looks like the south is going to crumble. Gauntlet being focused down. Perseus commander in a lot of trouble here. Sheldon are chasing. This welder is in a great position to get a lot of damage on these Sheldon. He's losing a lot here by chasing this commander. He's gonna get him. There he goes down. So Perseus lost his commander. Joe still has his. He's building a pulsar here. It looks like he's gonna get flanked though from the south. I like how Ivan here is reclaiming all of this. Very important to just not run past it and leave it. Hounds take out Bambi's little defensive position here. Don't see anything ready to really take and push through where the opening was just made. Some lashers and tigers coming up. Interesting combination. Bambi's commander does go down. The last gauntlet is taken down here. See, is anybody moving into position? There's a single sharpshooter. But that's not going to be enough. There's two now, but they don't really have the energy to keep firing either. That's a problem. And they're firing at ticks. Yeah, if nobody... Well, here comes the shuriken. That will help. They need units. This will be fatal damage if it gets to the back line. The hounds are now dealing economic damage. I do like that the wind turbines are actually spaced out so they don't chain. That's good. Looks like the hounds are going to go for the lab. Lab goes down. Alright, so now we have a lack of production here for Bambi. Looks like Red is coming up with fiends to help clear this. Didn't get a whole lot of economic damage done. Cleared a few mexes. Got some advanced solars, but did get the lab. And it looks like... Oh no. He has to rebuild the T1 lab too. That's not good. His construction turrets are eating this, and I think he wanted to resurrect it. Hound ball up here. Getting hit by the gauntlet, but I think if they push, there's enough. Red, though's got his own Sheldon ball in response, and he's moving into position to help defend. Meanwhile, on the southern side, a Sheldon ball from Trek is shoring up where the south had lost their defenses. There is a pulsar up, but it looks like some energy issues here for Joe to allow that weapon to fire. It does take 1500 energy every time it wants to shoot. All the ticks. Mauser with nothing in front of them to buffer. Gonna get jumped on by some tanks, medium, heavy, and pounders. Gonna take out those Mauser effectively for free in that trade. And then meanwhile, Red's Sheldon ball is gonna sit up on this ledge and push back everything that N1 Noob had here. Still has all his hounds. Does not have the defensive structures that he once did, though, here in the center. Or, not center, this low ground area, sorry. A lot of back and forth here. Nobody has gotten through to deal heavy economic damage. Right now, economies here, they're fairly close. The blue side is a little higher when it comes to metal income. Definitely higher when it comes to energy income. The red side needs to do something about that at some point here. Need to get through and deal economic damage. Because if one side starts to scale before the other, it's very difficult to claw your way back into it. It's not impossible, but it becomes harder and harder as time goes on, because the scaling just gets out of control. We were working on fusions here. Just windmill economy for Persis. Starting on fusions for the air player. Have a fusion up for Trek, who also has the Geo. Already have APHIS economy here for J-Dog. Let's see. Pink General's got Geo. Shart in the Wind starting on his fusion economy, as well as N1 Noob. Meanwhile, on the other side, oh man, Zako's economy is not much. Not much. Ooh, we got air pull here. The hounds have come in. We got lashers and tigers coming forward with hounds behind. And blue has got Mausers coming from just a little bit south of that as well. So anybody that tries to come up to reinforce is going to have to go through a Mauser wall. Getting back into the same point where we were just a minute ago with dealing economic damage to Pink General. Tigers are heading straight for Pink General's T2 lab again. Oh, poor guy. Or lady. Oh. T2 lab goes down again for Pink General. But also this time, wind economy, converters, advanced mexes. Much more devastating. At this point, Pink General has now been eliminated from contention. I think has or not Pink General, my gosh, Bambi Commander. Oh, colors and names. Kicking my butt. Tigers look like they're going to come up towards Wiki. Sending his commander into D-Gun. Gets 3 there. Oh, misses the last one. Oh man, missing that D-Gun was not good for Wiki's health. Getting very close there to losing his skin. Don't think this Tiger's going to make it to be able to deal more economic damage, but somehow it's defying the odds. It's going to take out a bunch of wind turbines here, which are going to chain. Wow. Tiger on almost no health is getting a lot of economic damage, and here comes a bunch of wasps. Going to come in and try and finish off the orange player, Zako, here. It looks like Stardom has left the building. Didn't stick around with his team. It's sad to see. Zako has now been removed. All of his economy in his lab is gone. Wiki's base is going down. Windmills just chain reacting all the way through. Let's see. Is there anything going good for the red team? They're pushing here on the south, but I don't think they have what they need to make it through. commander goes down. That's nice. But I don't think this is going to make it. Whereas on this side, blue is coming down the top part. Yeah. At this point, the economy is twice in favor of the red team. And they're just kiting these Sheldon back. Tick spam needs to be re-rallied here. But it's, oddly enough, going to be in position to... Oh... If these move... If they keep stacking up, eventually they're going to see this commander. And there's enough of them here, they will kill it. They just need to... Oh! D-gun goes off. More. But the ticks are just going to keep coming. I don't know if N1 was paying attention to that or not. He's probably more worried about his hounds down here. Samsun does have a lot of tigers here to defend his flank and Azar. Mass Juno is an interesting choice. Commander does go down. Here comes all these tigers. They will clean up these hounds more than likely. If they're controlled anyways. The hounds start pulling back. Here comes a bombing run. There is a lot of AA, but unfortunately these wind turbines were perfectly placed to destroy themselves. And with that, most of Samson's energy economy just went down the drain. Team giving it a good effort, but it's a losing battle at this point. Now the bulls are here. And Samson's tigers are out of position. He has units, but they're not here. They're on vacation, hanging up north. Samson's commander gonna go down. Takes his T2 lab with him. The rest of his base will go down. Meanwhile, the only players left for the red team do have T3 coming out. It is unfortunately going to be much too little and very too late. Shivas are nice, but not going to save you from an entire team on the other side. Babad's commander going to go down to some starlights here. 2 commanders left for the red team. Which is sad that we're going to wait until we get to the commander loss. Because it should be, it's Rosino clock, you know. Everything collapsing on the southwest corner. I do like these maps though, where they have the difference in the sides, where you're going to have 3 versus 2 on each portion. Gives a little more variety, and it increases the amount of back and forth as the center players try and adjust to help the players that are losing ground or gaining ground respectively. It's going to be GG here in just a second. Last commander here, Ivan Wadsworth, standing a valiant last stand as the pawns chase him down. 8%, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No, no, no. No! No, you gotta go back. What are you doing? This is it. This is the win condition right here. Oh, sad face. Everybody's busy bombing tons of buildings. Here we go. There it is. GG. Blue team takes the win. If you guys enjoyed the video, please leave me a like down below. If there's things I can improve or things you want to see, leave me a comment. Thank you all, and we'll see you again.